Hello, and welcome to another episode of Adopt a Pet Today, sponsored by the Pet Care Foundation. And today's a very special show because we're at Best Friends in Mission Hills, and Best Friends works very closely with LA Animal Services. Their website is bestfriends.org/LA. That's bestfriends.org/LA. And they have hundreds of dogs and cats here. Some of them you're going to see and hopefully want to adopt and rush on down to Mission Hills and adopt one of them. But if you don't, you can check out their website and see all their animals on their website and then find one that you really, really like. But if you don't, you can go to laanimalservices.com and you can see all the animals that they have at all 6 LA City shelters. We also have Raina Barker, our resident dog trainer, doing a dog training session because it's very important to keep your animals trained so they can be happy and healthy and safe in your home. So let's go inside and meet some great animals. So we are here in the kitten nursery at Best Friends in Mission Hills, and they have so many neonatal kittens that need special care. And I'm here with Heather, and Heather is taking care of one of those kittens right now. So how old is this baby?
This baby, how old? About 2 weeks old. 2 weeks old. His name is Orangutan.
And his eyes are still shut, right?
Yes, but he's got a URL, upper respiratory, so we're going to put a compress on his eyes to help him open them.
So how many times a day do you have to feed them like this?
The little guys, well, Nicole will probably go into that a little more, but the little guys are every 3 hours.
Mhm.
These guys are every 4 hours.
So you guys need
4 hours a day.
you need a lot of volunteers.
Yes, we do.
So that's one thing. If you want to help with neonatal kittens, they need volunteers 24 hours a day, even in the middle of the night.
All you want.
And you have to weigh their food and all that.
Because we want to make sure they're gaining enough weight. So like, he's just eaten, so he's like, I'm cool with the world now. Okay, it's like, okay, I'll go sleep now.
And then what's the rest of the process after you feed them?
So after we feed them, we weigh them to make sure we've fed them enough.
Mhm.
Although sometimes you can tell with their belly. See that big
Oh
belly?
yeah, big belly.
But then we weigh them to make sure, and he's at 230, which means that he has eaten 11, which is great.
That's
Oh,
terrific.
And I just felt a big burp.
And this is a really intricate, see how the records, they keep track of every feeding and how much they weigh. It's really important to keep them happy and healthy, right?
And I'm going to say great because he ate great.
And then do
So
you have
now-
to stimulate them
We do that before we weigh them.
before they weigh?
Yeah, and they get poop or pee before then.
So a mother, if they were with their mother, the mother would lick their
Would lick.
behind, which would stimulate their digestive
Right.
process.
So we have to do that here
Yeah.
for them. So now he's ready to go back.
So 2 weeks old, and how old do they have to be adopted?
And probably Nicole can talk to you.
8 weeks. So 8 weeks old. This guy is 6 more weeks, and his name's Orangutan.
This is Lilo, and Lilo is about 6 weeks old, so she still has 2 more weeks until she's available for adoption. But until then, we're going to take care of her, make sure she's eating okay and gaining the weight that she needs to gain.
And Lilo has some siblings, right?
Lilo does have 2 other siblings who are just as beautiful as she is.
And she's got a couple more weeks, 8 weeks old.
Yeah. So once they're 8 weeks old, we can put them under anesthesia so they can get their spay-neuter surgery. And once they're spayed and neutered, they can go up for adoption. And our kittens are really, really highly adoptable. They're very easy for us to get out the door. They just take a lot of effort up until that point.
Right. So we're talking, you need volunteers badly.
Oh, yes. We need volunteers. And actually, our kitten nursery is a 24-hour operation. And so we need volunteers in the middle of the night just as often as we need volunteers in the middle of the day. We also, at any given time, have about half of our population of kittens in foster homes. And so we really rely on our foster parents as well to help us save these little guys.
So if you couldn't make it out to Mission Hills on a regular basis, you could foster a litter.
Yep, and you can have them in your own home and take care of them for as long as you can. We prefer it if our fosters take the kittens until they're 8 weeks old, but if you can only keep them for a couple of weeks, that's fine. You can bring them back and we can send them out with another foster until they're ready to be adopted.
At what age do they start eating on their own?
They start eating on their own when they're about 4 weeks old. That's when they start to get their little pointy canine teeth in, and that's when we'll start introducing them to solid food. Up until then, they drink milk only from the bottle, but once they hit about 4 weeks, then we'll start to introduce them to solid food, and they do both for about a week if they're being good about it, and after that, they'll transition straight over to only solid food and no more milk.
Right. And this is kitten season, so all of the shelters, city and county and Best Friends, are full of kittens right now, right?
Yes, we are overrun with kittens right now. This is kitten season, so this is when cats are breeding, and so because cats typically have 4 to 8 kittens in a litter, the shelters and our nurseries do get a lot of kittens this time of year.
And do you have mothers with kittens or just kittens?
We do get mothers with kittens. Typically, the kittens come to us without their mothers because that's usually how people find them and bring them to the shelters. But if they ever do have mama with them, we will take mama as well. And we'll keep her kittens with her until they are 6 weeks old and ready to eat on their own. And then we'll go ahead and separate them and let mama, have some alone time and until she's ready to be fixed and put up for adoption.
So if someone they wanted to foster, but they couldn't do the every 3-hour feeding, they could take a litter that are eating on their own.
Yeah, so we do have most of our fosters take litters that are the size of Lilo here because they're really easy to take care of. They pretty much eat on their own. You just have to make sure that they continue to eat on their own. So these guys, they need to be fed about 4 times a day, whereas bottle babies need to be fed about 6 times a day. So generally, guys, this size are a lot easier for our fosters to handle, and these are the guys that they choose to take home the most.
So here we have a great example of how young they actually take. This little guy's not even a week old, right?
Yeah, she's probably about 3 to 5 days old. Her name is Excellent, and as you can see, she is very excellent. But this is a really good example of the type of babies that we get in. And these, when they're this size, they do need to be fed every 2 to 3 hours, and so these guys are really, really labor intensive. This is our specialty at the BFLA Kitten Nursery, and this is why we have 24-hour staff and volunteers. It's in order to take care of little guys like this.
And this guy needs a lot of special milk and...
Yes. So we're always looking for donations here at the Kitten Nursery, and one of our biggest donation asks is milk. We go through hundreds of pounds of milk every kitten season, and so we really, really rely on our volunteer donations for that.
And not just regular milk, right?
Not just regular milk, no, it's special kitten milk. It's called KMR, and we blend it with water, and it's very nutritious for them, and it gives them just about the same nutrition as mama would. Obviously, mom is always better, but the KMR feeds them very well as well.
And you can get it at any pet store?
You can get it at any pet store, and it's also on our Amazon wish list.
Oh, okay. So now we're in one of the big cat rooms with a big cat, and what's his name? I'm with Samantha.
Hi.
And what's his name?
His name is Mansoo, Mansoo, and he is 10 years old, and he has the coolest paws in the world.
Yeah.
Get those paws. He's a
Can you do his
polydactyl.
It's called a polydactyl. It has an extra digit.
Yep, extra digits on his toes. Sometimes they're called Hemingway cats because Ernest Hemingway had a bunch of them in the Keys. And he's so special. He's 10 years old. He's one of our longest residents, too. And I think it's probably just because of his age. It's 10 years old. A lot of people want kittens, and he's a little bit older. But he's only halfway through his life. He's still got 10 more years, perhaps. And he's super sweet. He loves pets. Hi, Mansoo. And he's smart, and he talks to people. Hi, and he's rubbing on my foot.
He's got really soft fur, too.
He does. He's a wonderful boy. And so he has not done well with other kitties, so he got his own room. So he would prefer to be your... I wish we would have gotten that. He did a little yawn that was so cute.
I think we got it.
Oh, I was like, we could have mic'd him. And have him go.
yeah.
So he does best as an only cat. So that's the other thing. So he's about 10 years old. He would do best as an only cat. But man, he is such a great cat. Mansoo.
So now we're in another cat room, and this is Macho Man. Tell us about him.
Yeah, Macho Man is about 4 years old. As you can see, he's very friendly. He's handsome. He's a tomcat. He was living on the streets, but super friendly with people. He is doing well in this room. He just moved into here yesterday, and he's already happy. You know, it's hard for cats to move in and meet 10 new cats at once.
Yeah.
So it's a little scary for them to have so many new cats in a new place. But he's doing really well for just coming in here yesterday. He's got cute white mittens.
Beautiful.
Oh, King Louie is everybody's favorite around here. This cat is the friendliest, easygoing, nicest, fluffy, shiny boy. You have to feel him. You have to feel how shiny he is. See? There. Oh, he's puffy.
There we go.
I believe he is 4 years old. Oh my
Macho Man.
gosh.
Stop.
She's not a scratching post. He's about 4 years old, and he's very special. He sometimes in the home had seizures, and so he's on medication to prevent seizures. So that's all it is. He just takes a little pill twice a day, and he's really, he's really a sweet boy. And he would give you endless, endless love. He'll sit on your lap. He's good with other cats. He plays. He jumps through the air. And he's got a really, really fluffy tummy. She's a very silly kitty, and I love her. She makes all of us laugh every day. Zelda's about a year old. She's great with other cats. She's super interested in other cats. And she'll just, if you put your arm out, she'll walk up to you and rub on it, and she loves to play, and she's just got this cute fluffiness about her with those beautiful eyes. And I think she looks exotic. I think she looks like some other
Very
kind
exotic,
of
yeah.
animal. Sometimes she looks like, I don't know, like a weasel or something. But that's not exotic. But she's just really unique looking, and she's so much fun. Honestly, we all laugh at Zelda every day. And Lena is so cool. She's silver, like really silver and gray and black tabby. She's one of the most gorgeous cats I've ever seen. That coat is so unique and so beautiful. Let me see how old she is.
Okay.
She's a year old too. A bunch of little kittens in here. So Lena's a year old, and she's another one that is fantastic with other cats. She's a lot like Zelda. They're both really good with other cats, a little bit shy, but once they come out of their shell, they are so much fun. So some of these guys, when you first come in, they might not be all over you like King Louie, but once you sit in here for 5 to 10 minutes, they will be all over you. It just takes them some time to come out of their shell.
Okay, Samantha, who is this?
This is little Emma. Emma is adorable. She's 1 year old, and everybody loves Emma. She is the sweetest little creature. She is not shy. She loves people. She's great with other cats. When you come in the room, she'll walk right out of her little TV stand that she's in, and she'll come up to you and see you. She's definitely a sweet one if you wanted to give her a pet. She's really nice and would love it. This is sweet little tiny shy Chase. Chase is only 8 months old, and she's teeny tiny, and she's a little bit shy at first, but once she gets to know you, she's really sweet. She rubs on you and purrs. She actually likes to be carried around like a baby. It just takes some time to get to know her. A lot of these kitties right away, you might think, oh, they're too shy, but if you just give them a chance and hang out with them and let them open up, you'll see how amazing they are, just like little Chase.
So now we're looking at Big Show.
Yes, his name is Big Show, and he is a big show. This guy is so much fun. He's a year old. He's great with people, great with other cats. He also takes a little time to warm up to you, but once he does, oh, he is such a dreamboat. Very handsome tomcat. He came to us with some fur issues, and we got him all cleared up, so he's perfectly healthy now, ready to go home. Happy, darling, just a wonderful cat. He's Big Show.